So it's been a year and a half since the next-gen debut of Team Rainbow in the form of Tom Clancy's smash hit Rainbow Six Vegas, and Ubisoft, eager to rebound on the game's cliffhanger ending in order to appease disgruntled fans, have already given us their highly anticipated sequel with the aptly named Rainbow Six Vegas 2.
Bishop. It's been a while, D. It has. You look different.
Taking place a few hours before the beginning of the first Vegas, our sequel, Vegas 2, kicks off with a flashback mission set several years before, yet still essential to the storyline of both games. This time you'll be placed in the tactical duds of Bishop, a grizzled elite soldier who is long retired from field work and now runs a training camp for Team Rainbow. After suspicion of terrorist activity in Las Vegas arises, Bishop is called back into the field to lend his expertise to the situation at hand, with his story eventually transcending the narrative from the first game.
This is your team. Trust each other above all else. On the field, we are a family. We work together and we protect each other. Let everything else go. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, the entire story of Vegas 2 isn't nearly as compelling as that of the first game, and the same can be said for the campaign mode in general. This is due to a number of reasons, the first and most obvious of which are the environments. While the first game in the Vegas arc had you ducking and shooting your way through some of the flashiest and most recognizably stylized locales in Las Vegas, the sequel throws you into some of the most obscure parts of the city imaginable. Construction sites, warehouses, junkyards, and industrial facilities that aren't badly designed by any means, but just plain boring. It's almost as if the developers had used up all their good ideas from the first game. That's not to say there aren't some intriguing levels, like the Opera Theater or the Estate level towards the end, but the few that are there feel all too brief, with the campaign mode being as short as it is. The good news is that the best aspects of the first game's design are still there. You can still play through the campaign cooperatively, and a few surprises, like appearances by characters familiar of other Tom Clancy games, also manage to save the somewhat flat narrative. Another surprise is that the co-op campaign also features objective markers, mission briefings, and cutscenes this time around. The cost of this is that you can only play through the campaign with 2 people instead of 4. The short length and repetitious gameplay are also minor annoyances for the campaign, but none of the flaws ruin the experience outright. They just leave you feeling a bit cheated as a die-hard fan, as well as feeling that the campaign was more of an afterthought than anything else.
We've lost contact with some of our guys in there. Watch your fire.
If you want to know how Rainbow Six Vegas 2 plays, just bust out a copy of Rainbow Six Vegas. It's called Vegas 2 for a reason. You can still use cover to peek or blind fire around corners, you can still coordinate with your 2-man team and breach into rooms from various entry points, and the badass rappelling dynamic is still as cool as it was the first time you saw it. The core gameplay is exactly the same, which is a good thing since Rainbow Six Vegas did everything so well the first time around. It's a little hard to imagine how Ubisoft could have improved on such a great design, and fans of the series should have no problem picking up their remote and playing just as easily as they did with the first game. That's not to say there aren't additions, however. Ubisoft did try to think of ways to improve upon the gameplay, and they've made a noticeable attempt here. The most obvious change would be in Vegas 2's leveling system. You can now earn experience points, unlock weapons, and advance your rank regardless of whether you're playing campaign, on or offline terrorist hunt, or of course the various versus modes. Gaining a new rank allows you to unlock new armor and accessories, while weapons are unlocked by collecting action-based points known as aces. The aces system awards you points for specific types of kills and attacks, such as headshots, killing an opponent with blind fire, or killing an enemy with C4. These points are separated into assault, close quarters, and marksman categories, with each new level of each respective category awarding you with a different type of weapon. A few other additions are also included, like the thermal scan in the campaign mode, which lets you use satellite images to recon enemy density, the ability to shoot through certain materials like wood, and the somewhat understated sprint ability, which may cause some fans of the series to cry foul, but if utilized correctly, can cancel a badly timed reload animation. Overall, the new ranking system works really damn well, especially since the majority of your time will be spent in the excellently designed multiplayer maps, in which everyone knows is where the real game lies in wait. You have a decent map selection at your disposal, and the somewhat dreary themes from the levels in the campaign don't have as much of an impact on the new multiplayer maps once you realize how much the maze-like layouts can make for some tense and exciting combat. A lot of the fan favorites from the first Vegas make a return appearance, lending a sufficient amount of the familiar in addition to the selection of new maps, together offering us a wide array of different environments in which to kill one another. The options for different competitive online modes also offer an equally diverse amount of content for gamers to explore. These can range from the typical team deathmatch or elimination to more tactical choices like Counter-Strike-esque attack and defend modes, a kill the leader VIP style mode, and a territorial control mode for anyone who enjoys more depth and objectivity beyond mindless fragfests. The game continues to hold up well against other online shooters. The new leveling system offers a better, more challenging sense of reward, and the recycled gameplay from the first Vegas keeps the sequel just as satisfying as it was the first time around. Any 9-year-old monkey will instantly be able to notice that the multiplayer features were the main focus of development in Rainbow Six Vegas 2, which is great because you can rest assured that you're getting your money's worth or more in terms of replay value. But if you're looking for the next compelling action game narrative, it's sad to say that it's just not here. What is here is a very fun, very familiar, well-designed, very playable sequel to one of the best shooters released this generation, sporting some helpful additions on top of a rock-solid foundation of multiplayer options. In spite of its deficiencies in the story department, Rainbow Six Vegas 2 retains the fun and engaging gameplay of its predecessor, and in the end, gameplay and fun are all that really matters.